American South. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe!
Hello everybody, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. As of the time of this recording, it is June 1st, which means we have just begun Yojo June. And this June, it seems like there is a lot going on. A lot of G.I. Joe and a lot of G.I. Joe adjacent things all happening at once that I just wanted to make a quick video and let you all in on what's happening, because with everything that's going on, some of it may have dropped off some people's radars. I am going to put up everything that I know of that's happening. There may even be some other things that I've missed on this list. Please let us know in the comments below if I missed anything. So, to start this off, to start off June, to start off Yojo June, to start off our talk of G.I. Joe in all of its glory, the first thing we're going to go to is, of course, the Hasbro G.I. Joe fan stream that is happening on June the 4th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We knew this was coming. This is nothing new. We had the Star Wars one every June. We had the Star Wars one last month for May the 4th. Every June for Yojo June, we have the G.I. Joe Hasbro fan stream. Now, I am not one to dive into spoilers or leaks or online rumors or things like that, but this time I do have a list of some things that are rumored to be revealed during the live stream. Once again, these are unconfirmed rumors. They may or may not show up, but some of the things that are on this list we knew were coming, so there may be some truth to at least some of the things that are on this list right here. So from the top, we have two retro card back figures coming. The retro carded Cobra Commander, which I don't think is a surprise to anybody. As a matter of fact, when I opened up my H.I.S.T tank, I think I had mentioned that I wouldn't be surprised if they use that body mold to make a standard release of the retro card Cobra Commander with the standard Cobra logo on him and not the Mickey Mouse Cobra logo. There is also some slim hope and just the whispers of a rumor that I am truthfully not putting much into, but I'll be very happy if it's true, that it's going to have a hooded option. We'll have to wait and see for that. I don't know about that because I feel like if there's going to be a hooded Cobra Commander, it would be a different figure, because the hooded Cobra Commander is usually on like a darker uniform. I've actually been wanting to get like a black hood for the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander. I think that would be really cool. But the other retro carded figure we're going to get is a retro carded Cobra Trooper, which so far we've had two releases of the Cobra Infantry and the Cobra Trooper. The Cobra Infantry, I believe, was the Cobra Island Target exclusive, and then the Cobra Infantry was the one that was released just to just so people could buy it without having to get the Target exclusive. And then there is the Cobra Officer that came out a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year. That is a really cool figure, and I've actually been army building that one for my Cobra forces. I'm very curious to see what the retro carded Cobra Trooper looks like, what that's all about. Is it going to come with like an old school 80s AK? Is it going to have the sniper rifle, the Russian sniper rifle? I can't remember what it's called right now, that like the Cobra Officer I think came with in the 80s in the vintage line. That would be really cool. The AK and the, was it a Makarov? I can't remember what the sniper rifle was, but that would be really cool if he came with those two weapons. On the classified side of things, we're getting a version 2 Storm Shadow, which I'm assuming is going to be a play on the version 2 Storm Shadow from the vintage line when he was wearing his more like, sort of like an urban camo pattern to him. Alpine, which is the one that we knew we were going to be getting, an Iron Grenadier, which I believe we also knew we were going to be getting, and then there's going to be an Iron Grenadier Bat. And I'll tell you what, Hasbro is really getting their money's worth out of the Bat mold, because we've had the standard issue Bat, the Crimson Bats, the Python Patrol bats, and now we're going to have an Iron Grenadier bat, which I'm really curious to see. Oh, and there is also the Arctic bat. So I'm really curious to see what the difference is going to be between the Iron Grenadier bat and the standard bats, other than the paint deco, if they're going to do something like they did with the Arctic bat, where it had a different face sculpt or a different head sculpt and some different accessory attachments. I'm curious to see that. Something else that we will be getting is a Mad Marauders Sergeant Slaughter. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody, because we talked about these leaks a few months ago, that there was the leak of a Mad Marauders Sergeant Slaughter, and then there was the leak of a Mad Marauders 2-pack that was Spirit, and I want to say Tunnel Rat. I can't remember who the other one was. So we know they're going to start building out the Mad Marauders faction, and truthfully, this is one that I'm really not interested in. I get people are interested in this, and I'm not going to be surprised if this is going to be a store exclusive, because these factions typically are store exclusives. What store? I don't know. I'm curious to find out. Since Tiger Force is Target, Night Force is Walmart, will the Mad Marauders be like a Pulse exclusive, or maybe an Amazon exclusive, like an online exclusive? Who knows? But that will be our first litmus as to what's going to go on with the Marauders. Me, personally, I like the Renegades better, and I'm really hoping that eventually they just come out with like a box set Renegades 3-pack of the 3 Renegades, and a whole lot of like accessories and blast effects. That would be really cool. I'd be real happy about that. The other one that I don't think is a surprise to anybody, once again, these are unconfirmed rumors, please remember. The other one is the Cobra Stinger with Driver, and I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. We got the Vamp. We knew it was only going to be a matter of time before they either brought out the Vamp Mark II or the Stinger. And now that we've had the Ferret coming out with the Driver, with that's in the gray uniform, and it's a female figure, with this, with the Stinger, we're going to get the male counterpart to that figure that's probably going to be in a very similar uniform, kind of like what they did with the male and female Hiss drivers, so that you could swap them out. You could put the female in the Stinger, you could put the male on the Ferret, swap parts, swap helmets, whatever. That's cool. I'm cool with that. Once again, these are all rumors. Cannot confirm any of them until we see the live stream on Tuesday, but that is just maybe a hint of the things that we're going to see. Things like Alpine and the Iron Grenadier we knew were coming. Oh, and then there's 2 more that I was just actually talking about in my video for the 60th anniversary Infantry Trooper or Infantry Soldier. There is the 60th anniversary Marine and the 60th anniversary Air Force figure. The Marine, I believe, is hinted at being a sniper. So it's going to be a 60th anniversary Marine sniper. Y'all know I love my snipers. I would be really excited about that. And I feel like if this is a sniper and it's going to be in this like $35 deluxe packaging, are we going to get Hasbro's take on the ghillie suit? I've taken a look at the Gridiron Studios ghillie suit. I've taken a look at the Valaverse ghillie suit. Are we getting a ghillie suit from Hasbro? If the Marine is a sniper, I kind of feel like we have to. I kind of feel like they can't put out a Marine sniper without a ghillie suit, so I'll be very curious to see that. The other one is the 60th anniversary Halo jumper. And I'm a little disappointed in this, mainly for a couple of reasons. That one, if we were going to get a Halo jumper in the classified line, I think everybody would agree they just wanted Ripcord. They wanted a standard release of Ripcord. Also, we're getting Ripcord already. We're getting a Halo jumper. We're getting the Night Force version of Ripcord once the Dragonfly gets here. So there's that. I was really hoping that it was going to be a pilot for the 60th anniversary figure. I was really hoping it was going to be like a fighter pilot. But they went with Halo jumper, so that's what we're going to be getting. I'm curious to see what they're going to load that figure with, or if it's basically just going to be sort of like a repaint of the Night Force Ripcord. And then you can just head swap and have like a standard Ripcord and a Night Force figure. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see that. And then, of course, there is the HasLab, and what we think the HasLab is going to be. as opposed compared to what it's actually going to be. Don't know. There's a lot of rumors flying around online. I know the most prevalent one right now, and I don't know if this is a leak, a rumor, or just hopeful. I know the lead right now is the Rattler. I'm kind of curious as to what they're actually going to come out with, though. Since there's a big push on the Iron Grenadiers, we got Metalhead, we have the Iron Grenadier and the Iron Grenadier Bat coming out. Is the HasLab going to be something towards Destro's team, like the Demon Tank? I don't know. It'll be curious. I'll be curious to see what it actually is. If it's the Rattler, I'm of mixed feelings of the Rattler, but we'll talk about that once we see what the HasLab reveal is. So that is everything for the Hasbro Fanstream, the G.I. Joe Hasbro Fanstream, June the 4th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Everything that well, I shouldn't say everything, but that we do know there are going to be pre-orders put up that day as well. I don't know if it's going to be all of this, but you know, things like at least Alpine, and definitely, like, I wouldn't doubt if those retro card figures, if those are really going to happen, are going to be up for pre-order. Plus, more than likely, the HasLab will go live on Tuesday, on the 4th as well. So that also takes us to, speaking of HasLab and crowdfunding, that jumps us to Kickstarter and Skybound's Kickstarter for the G.I. Joe comic book. Skybound, Hasbro, and Image have put up a Kickstarter for the G.I. Joe Compendium. And this is a compilation of pretty much all of the Marvel comics, from start to finish, including things like the G.I. Joe versus Transformers crossover, the Special Missions line, the Order of Battle series. There's pretty much anything that Marvel put out is going to be in this compendium. This will not cover the IDW era, just the Marvel era, from start to finish. It is 4 faux leather-bound compendiums. Each compendium is $75. To get all 4 of them is $300. I will put a link to the Kickstarter below if you want to see that. There is some images of like what the projected artwork is going to be, what it's going to look like. If you've seen any of the reprints of the Marvel G.I. Joes, you may notice that the images are much brighter. That's because the paper that they're using is very different. It's not pulp paper anymore. It's more of a glossy sheen. So some of the coloring comes out a little wonky, and it comes out much brighter than it used to be. Don't know if the compendiums are going to be like that. Now, the Kickstarter is for these hardback compendiums at $75 each. You can get them through the Kickstarter. They also said that you can buy them through the Backer Kit store once that opens, once the Kickstarter is over. So you can pledge to the Kickstarter for a certain amount and then buy a certain amount from the Backer store if you want to. There are a few tiers, a few reward tiers that have already sold out and are not available anymore. Apparently this funded in 6 minutes, which truthfully doesn't surprise me. I didn't get in on the ground floor. I didn't find out about this until after it went live. But some of the tiers are already sold out. Some of the stuff with like some of the Hama signed pieces of collectibles, the Larry Hama autographed ones aren't available anymore. That's pretty much, I think, everything that is sold out right now. But the compendiums themselves are still available. Now, if you go into the FAQ on this Kickstarter, these compendiums will be available at retail, at your comic stores, once this Kickstarter is over and once this all gets printed. But they will be paperback. What this Kickstarter is for the hardbound editions in a collectible box with flaps. It comes in a sleeve, comes with a bunch of different bits and bobs, kibble that comes along with it. But if you want them in this faux leather form with the box set, you have to get it through the Kickstarter. Also, something that I need to look into, that like $300 is a lot of money to throw down at once, right? So I'm not sure if you throw down like $150 and get the first 2 compendiums as part of the Kickstarter, get charged for that, and then get the other 2 compendiums for the other $150, if that will include the collector's case, or if you have to go all in and pledge $300 right up front to get all 4 with the collector's case. I'm sure that's in the FAQs, or you could even ask it in the comments section, or maybe somebody else has asked that already. Not sure. I would have to look into that, because $300, that's a lot to drop for comic books all at once. And there are people that are doing it. More power to them, but I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. More than likely, I'm definitely going to end up getting all 4 of them when it's all said and done. I just have to figure out how I'm getting all 4 of them. Something else to talk about today is Renegade Games, which Renegade has partnered with Hasbro, if you're not familiar with them, and they have been doing a lot with G.I.Joe, Transformers, and Power Rangers, but we're here to talk about G.I.Joe today. That right now on the Renegade Games website, there is a 10% sale going on for their for a lot of their G.I. Joe game accessories and expansion packs. I don't know for a fact how long that sale is going. By the time you see this, it may be over. Not entirely sure about that, but there is a 10% sale. I just took advantage of it and ordered some things for my Mission Critical game. And there is some new sets that are now available on their website, some stuff that just got released. You may have seen, where did I put it? Here it is. You may have seen the unboxing video that I did, I think it was a couple weeks ago, where I got the Silent Interlude expansion pack for the deck building game. I still haven't opened that or had a chance to play it yet, but I'm looking forward to it, playing that. They have the Vehicle Pack 4 for the Mission Critical, which is a really inexpensive and really fun way to sort of like juice up your Mission Critical game. The vehicle packs are always fun to play around with, and they're a really inexpensive way to get new additions to the game. Something else that came out that I got my hands on, and I've actually played it a couple of times, is the G.I. Joe Battle for the Arctic Axis and Allies game. That game is really fun. It is very much a strategy game. It can take an hour to an hour and a half to play through a full game. It's really fun. Me and my friends have been having a lot of fun playing it. If you're familiar with Axis and Allies, it is very much Axis and Allies with basically just like a G.I. Joe skin thrown over top of it. So we've been having a lot of fun with that. Check that out. That's also up for order in stock on Renegade's website as well. Now, something else that Renegade has coming up, they're having their own online convention. They are having RenegadeCon on June 14th. And it is one day, it's all online. Check out their YouTube channel. Once again, links to all of this in the description below. That on June 14th at 1 p.m., they are doing a HeroScape Wave 2, I guess, release announcement. And then there will be some info about what they're going to be doing at Gen Con. At 2 p.m., they are doing some Renegade reveals, some new reveals for the year, and also what they're going to be revealing at Gen Con. More talk of Gen Con. 3 p.m., they will do a Renegade unboxing party, and you'll take a look inside the box of some of the upcoming August releases for this year. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of exciting. I'm hoping that there's going to be some new Joe stuff in there, but I don't think there's anything for pre-order now. I think it's pretty much all just out there. At 4 p.m. is a designer interview with the designer of their new deck building game, Unstoppable. That's coming out this year, so that's at 4 p.m. And then at 5 p.m., they wrap everything up with a HeroScape How to Paint video, basically showing you how to paint miniatures. So if you're like me and you have some miniatures and you've always wanted to paint them, but you don't feel comfortable doing it, this would be really good for you. This looks like it's going to be sort of like a how-to video at 5 p.m. So that is RenegadeCon, June 14th. Link in the description below. Now for some G.I. Joe adjacent news. That what we have is first on InvincibleToys.com, link in the description below, you know the lyrics by now, is F.I.S.T. I'm not really sure what F.I.S.T. stands for. I read it on the webpage, I forget what it is, but they have 4 military figures up for pre-order right now. 2 humans, 2 orcs. Orcs are the bad guys this time. This might fit, the orcs might fit real well with like the Monster Force that's going to be coming out. That would be really cool. And the humans look like they could be molded into pretty much any line. As a matter of fact, the human troop build figure that I can't remember what the name of it is, kind of looks like Doom Guy. So there's that, or as he's called now, the Doom Slayer. So there's that. But the two that I pre-ordered was, speaking of Doom, was the Doom Sinner, which is a red beret orc with a sniper rifle. Orcs, red beret, sniper rifle, right up my alley. Ordered that. And then on the human side of things, I ordered Mad Dog, that even if I don't go any further with this F.I.S.T line, I feel like he could fit in either with Tiger Force because of that paint deco that he has, or the Dreadnoks because of that mohawk that he has, and his name is Mad Dog. So we'll have to wait and see once we get him. There is a bit of a gimmick with the whole thing, so let me read you this from the website. Each F.I.S.T figure features modern articulation and stands at around 6 inches tall, making them fit in with most 1/12 scale lines such as Marvel Legends, G.I.Joe, NECA, DC, and more. The figures include several accessories with modular armor and weapons, and possible add-on sets sold separately for even more accessories. So it sounds like they're going to do like accessory packs, kind of like how Valaverse does. The heads, hands, and certain armor pieces can be easily removed and swapped out to Let me start that again. The heads, hands, and certain armor pieces can be easily removed and swapped out to personalize other figures. The cape is made out of soft material with a wire to hold dramatic poses. There's a cape? None of the figures I looked at have a cape. Maybe there's going to be more figures coming out with a cape. But the sound of it is that, I don't want to say it's to like the hacks level, but it sounds like you can like swap out the armor, head sculpts, everything, and basically mix and match, which would be really cool, because then I could take Mad Dog and put him on the green body, the green camo buck of the orc, and maybe fit him into the line a little easier. I don't know. I have to wait and see when we get them, and we won't have to wait long because they are saying a July 2024 delivery date. So they're up for pre-order now. They are, I think, $31 or $32 a figure. Links in the description below. July of 2024 delivery date. And speaking of Valaverse, kind of, that takes us to our final topic of the day. Don't really have much on this, but Valaverse is releasing Series 5 of Action Force this week, the week of June the 3rd. Don't have an exact date. Bobby just kind of made a post on Instagram that I guess Series 5 was supposed to be released already, but things got backed up, and he's saying that this week coming should be the release of Series 5 for pre-orders. I don't know everything that is going to be released for pre-order. I think he put up a video for it. I will put links to that in the description below, the Valaverse website, as well as the video if I can find one. But I do know there are at least 2 figures from the Series 5 that I'm excited about. One is this android. Here's a close-up of it that looks really cool. The black android with the force fields and sort of like ricochet effects. That would be really cool to sort of mold in with the bats and make like, you know, maybe like an officer bat or like a more advanced bat, experimental type thing. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Get like 1 or 2 of those. And then the other one that I'm really excited about is this samurai, because you know me, you know I love me some ninja. This is ninja adjacent. This samurai would be really cool to add in with the ninja and martial art Joes that I have. So, I mean, there is, what was it, Bushido, from the vintage line that hasn't come out yet. So, like, he could be hanging with that guy once he comes out. So I'm digging that. I'm excited about that. That is everything that I have for you for Yojo June. And the month has just started. There will probably be more as the month goes on. Heck, as this week goes on and we get reveals from Hasbro Pulse and Valaverse, we're probably going to be seeing more stuff that we weren't anticipating come out. Going to be a lot more to talk about. Also, on the first Monday of every month, Don't forget that there is going to be a new members only video posted. So on the 3rd will be the second video of the members only series, and that is going to be the Mezco 112 Snake Eyes. So there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot happening this month. Hello, please hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Many thanks to those of you that already are. Leave us a comment down below letting us know what you think about today's video. If you like what we do here and you want to help the channel grow and it's within your means, please consider becoming a channel member either through YouTube or Coffee Page subscriptions. Members get access to exclusive perks, including the monthly members only video. This month it is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Hiss Techno Viper and HMS system. So until next time, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.